What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. I am your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as mental illness from social media. If this is your first time seeing my face, I'm a diagnosed narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder, and I've been in psychotherapy for the last 4 years. The point of my entire platform is to bring awareness to NPD and also validate the victims and survivors of, the personality disorder that comes with it. Today's episode is going to be about breaking up with a narcissist, how to do it, when should you do it, and things like that. So if you don't know my story, my wife has actually left me a couple times, broke up with me a few times. We've been separated, technically separated one time, but she moved out one time completely. But she probably left two or three times, I think. But she's done it in different ways every time, because the first time she left, the first time she left was when we got to the huge argument when she first called me a narcissist, when she screamed it at me. She said, "It's so hard to live with a damn narcissist." And of course, in narcissistic fashion, I threw it back at her. I said, "No, you're the narcissist, because I help people out. You're the only person that doesn't like me. So, so it's you, not me. Everybody else thinks I'm cool. Everybody else works with me and thinks I'm doing everything. Everybody else thinks I'm ambitious and funny and everything else except for you. You are my Achilles heel. You are my enemy. Why are you my enemy? You're supposed to be my friend and stuff like that. You're supposed to be my partner." So that started that argument right there. And like I said, she left kind of in my face right there. But the time that she was serious about leaving and not coming back, she waited till I left to go take my oldest son, her stepson, home. It's about a 45, 50-minute drive. So it's an hour and a half, 2 hour round trip. On the way home, she texted me and she's like, "I'm not going to be here. We're both unhappy. This is best. This is what's best for us." You know what I mean? So I was like, "Dang it." She did that not because I'm physically violent, because I'm a good talker. Because she thought that if I got home and she was there and told me she was going to leave, that I would talk her out of it, which is probably true, because I am a good talker. I can talk. I mean, that's one of my things. It's a gift of mine to be able to talk. I have the gift of, gab here and there. So that's probably going to be a true statement that she, she gave me a chance to talk and explain myself, that she probably wouldn't have ended up leaving, because I would have talked her out of it some way, shape, or form. But you need to do it, and that's the best way she saw fit of doing it. If you want to leave a narcissist or break up with them, you need to do it in the best way that you see fit. Think about if there's kids involved. Think about that as well, how they're going to react when they realize that you're taking the kids or you're going to leave the kids. Things of that nature. The parenting plan, how you're going to co-parent, all that needs to be thought out. I mean, sometimes you have to leave in the moment after you make some physical abuse or something tragic happens, some kind of terrible threat or something like that. Sometimes you have to leave quickly, but in this day and age, you need to protect yourself regardless. So if you have a physically violent narcissist, male or female, you probably need to leave when they're not there, when they go to work. Or I know going to work is tough now, because going to work might involve them going to the other room, because everybody's working from home nowadays. So it might involve doing that right there. Like if they stay at home, then you need to make a plan like that. You need to have friends and family involved. If you haven't been isolated completely, or you're not across the country or in a different country totally. So you need to have friends and family involved to possibly help you out to get out of that situation. Even especially I know my wife, she couldn't have moved out all that stuff by herself. So when I left, she probably had a team waiting around the corner or something like that. I like to imagine she had a team of people waiting around the corner for me to leave. And then as soon as I left, they came and loaded up trucks and stuff like that, and beds and couches and all kinds of stuff, and left. And it hurt to come back to. I was serious, but I brought it on myself, because I was treating her. I know I was treating her badly. I know we was just kind of had faded apart to the point where we were just, we were roommates who lived together. We were pretty much married roommates. We wasn't doing anything. There was no intimacy, no love, affection, anything like that. We were just literally trying to parent together, and we lived together. And she knows I'm a talker, and I have a little rage side. I've never been physically violent to her. But she knew I probably would have talked her out of leaving, face to face. So when you break up with a narcissist or threaten to break up with them, they always want to get face to face closure. You owe me this. I deserve closure. I deserve one last meeting. Face me. If you can break me up, you can't do this over the phone. You need to see me face to face, because face to face is harder to say no to. You gonna look me in my face, somebody you spent an extensive amount of time with, possibly 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You gonna look me in my face and watch me cry in front of you sometimes, beg and plead. You gonna say no to that? It's extremely difficult to say no to that. So you can't guarantee that you're going to say no to that, because I know it's extremely difficult, because we have a past and we're supposed to have a future. I'm going to let you know that we're supposed to have a future. And if we have kids, leverage. The kids will be used as leverage to keep you there. So do it in the best way you see fit. If you've made your mind up to leave, and sometimes you don't even need to tell them. Like if you, like my wife, she didn't tell me until I was on the way home. Sometimes you don't need to tell them, because like give them a warning or something like that, because if you give them a warning, they could get physically violent or start treating you terribly. They can make the remaining, especially if you a few months out from leaving or a month out from leaving. You know, you give them any kind of warning, they might start to try to love bomb you to keep you there. They might start making false promises and future faking you again to keep you there. Or they might get absolutely despicable and make your existence there terrible. Sorry, I swallowed a caffeine pill earlier and it's just the residue. But yeah, they might make your existence there terrible. So do what you need to do, like to protect yourself. And I know you're gonna be, the trauma bond does exist. I know the trauma bond exists. Y'all see me harping on the trauma bond all the time on my channel and my platform. So of course the phone, the camera died. So here we go again. So we're talking about the trauma bond. So the trauma bond does exist. And if you are currently in the trauma bond stage, if you don't know what the trauma bond is, it's comparable to, you know, Stockholm syndrome, when you start to sympathize with the person or people that are abusing you. So you become, you start to feel sorry for the narcissist or toxic person in your life. In order to break the trauma bond, you have to start appreciating yourself more and giving yourself more love, care, and affection. And you also need to go to therapy as well. I know a lot of people harp about trying to get the narcissist into therapy, but even if the narcissist goes to therapy, would that automatically clear the slate of what they've done to you and what they've put you through? I don't think so. So trauma bond is, you know, is good. You need to break that as well, because the trauma, you can prepare to leave and you can make all these plans to leave, but if you're extremely trauma bonded, you're going to come back anyway. A lot of times it's going to be so painful that when you leave that you'll end up coming back. So this plan will go for nothing. And then if you have a lot of friends and family involved in helping you move and helping you escape, and then you go back, you probably can't count on those people again. So you need to take that into consideration as well, because like I said, if you leave that person and you go back, people tend to lose, you know, people tend to think that that's what you want. Like, you know, and they're like, okay, we're not going to help her again, or we're not going to help him again, because the last time we helped them, they went right back. We took time off of work. We changed our schedules around. We got people to babysit our kids and things like that, and they end up going back. So think about that as well, because you'll be on your own. Like, that's how isolation works, because you kind of start to isolate yourself because you pick the narcissist over your friends and family, and that, ooh. And that's how you draw the line in the sand right there. And the narcissist, we love the line in the sand, because we give you ultimatums and stuff like that. If you come back, you know, your friends and families are probably not going to like me. So, you know, it's going to be just us together, but we can do it together. We've been together so long, we can make it work together. And now you're trapped again. So when you leave, you need to stay gone, unless they're like, I know people are like, but what if they go to therapy? Again, will therapy change what they have done to you? Would it make, does it mean all is forgiven? Would it make you feel better if they went to therapy? You know what I mean? Think about it like that. You have to think it through, because if you don't think it through, you end up going back. All contingency plans. Narcissists will pull out all the stops. Literally pull out all the stops. You know, I might do a video on ways that I would hoover people back in. That's matter of fact, I'm going to do a video about that, on ways that I, the self-aware narcissist, would hoover people back into a relationship with me after they've left me. So I can do that. I can show you that. And that's what I've done. I've done it. I'm good at that. That's what I do. You know what I mean? My wife didn't want to talk to me about leaving, because, you know, I would talk her into staying, you know. And, you know, things work out the way they worked out. You know, I'm putting in the work now to keep her happy, to keep her home, and things like that. You know, we work better together. We just do. But yeah, if you make a plan to leave in the way, you know, tell friends. And if you're going to tell people that won't tell the narcissist, because that'll spoil your plan. Imagine telling one of your friends that you plan on leaving your narcissistic person, and they go tell them. And now your plan is exploded, and now you have to stay an extra year, 2 years. So now you're trapped. Now you can't leave. Things like that. So be careful on who you tear. Just be careful. Take care of yourself and protect your peace, because it's all about protecting your peace. Because if you're not protecting your peace, the narcissist will disrupt your peace. And that's what we're all about. I love disrupting peace, because it gives me control over you. It makes me feel a certain type of way. You know what I mean? to have power over people. And narcissists love having power over people. It's a power trip. You know what I mean? So protect your peace and make a plan to leave, and leave in the best way that's, for you. Leave in the safest way for you. Anyways, y'all, the battery's about to go dead again, so I'm gonna cut this episode short. I truly appreciate everybody listening to this on Apple Music or Spotify. Hit me that 5 stars, give me a good review. I really appreciate everybody. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're starting a live show. If you made it this far, you're a soldier. I'm starting a live show probably every Sunday where people can call in, and I'm doing live one-on-ones with people. See how that works. Let me know what you think about the idea in the comment section if you made it this far. I truly, truly appreciate everybody. Thank you again. Mental Illness is out. Peace.